Coming up next, learn a little about Indian culture, discover some popular fashion items, find out what this pancake-like food is and how it's made, and understand what this parade and its festival celebrates. It all starts now on funaddicts.tv.
Hi, I'm Joni.
And I'm Rich. Today we're back in Fremont, California for another large event, the 15th Annual Festival of India and Parade.
This event grows each year. Last year, 60,000 people attended, and they expect 100,000 this year.
The festival features cultural entertainment and a variety of Indian food and merchandise.
There's even a parade with dozens of floats representing India's states.
With so much to see, let's get started right now. The Festival of India and Parade celebrated India's independence from Britain in 1947. The two-day event included a colorful parade with many floats that showcased India's 27 states. Amrita Rao, a popular Indian model and Bollywood actress, was Grand Marshal. The festival's fair resembled an Indian bazaar, with booths and stalls featuring authentic Indian food, handicrafts, jewelry, and clothes. So what are dosas?
Dosa is kind of, it's a South Indian, it's from South India basically. It's a crepe, it's a crisp crepes. Like we use rice and other things, to mix the batter. And the batter will be like, we put it for one day. And after next day we put dosas. So there are like 20 different varieties we're putting now. Like cheese dosa, spinach, like Mysore masala, Andhra spicy. So it's like a spicy, whatever. It's a custom dosas basically, yeah.
And is this a dish that people would prepare for themselves at home, or do they normally go out to eat?
People usually, they make batter at home and they can do it, usually people, South Indians do most. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I know. We tried it with our son just a few weeks ago at an Indian restaurant, and it was something that was a little different for us. So, how long has your restaurant been open and how popular is it?
Opened 2 months back. And the response was very good because we are specialized in dosas, and all our chefs from Tamil Nadu, it's a state from India, state in India. They're all catering management and specialized in dosas. We are specialists in dosas. That's what we can call.
Now, is it a sit-down restaurant or is it more like a fast food type thing?
It's a fast food. We are right in Fremont and Washington.
And so how many would people eat? I mean, I know they're fairly light when you eat them, but you only just eat one?
Just one, because, it goes with a soup and other sauces. So one is enough, because it's really big. Yeah. Yeah.
And how would it compare to maybe the spices? How would you compare the spices, maybe something to be more Western type spices? Is it something that's kind of unusual, or how would they taste?
It's not that spicy. It's a very mild. But one or two items, they are really spicy, but that not everyone will go for it. Only few people, yeah. Regular, say for example.
Two.
Two are really spicy? And what's your name?
Teja.
And do you eat the spicy ones?
Nope. But I just wanted to try it today.
Just wanted to try it.
Yeah, we have like cheese dosa, that is not at all spicy. And we have like, we make California special dosa. It's like we use dry fruits and stuff like that. So people like it a lot.
So is that something you wouldn't find in India? That's your own special recipe?
It's our custom thing. We made that dosa. It's not in India. Yeah.
Now, were there other people making dosas here for only being open? Is it what made you want to get into the restaurant business?
We are actually basically, I'm from basically software background. But we have very passion about this food industry. So we're thinking this quite long time. So we just started with the fast food thing, and we have plans to open like few more restaurants in Bay Area with the same concept.
So you are the chef of the dosa place. Now tell me, how long have you been cooking dosas?
I'm cooking dosas from 93. It's going to be almost like more than 15 years.
Okay. Is it like cooking pancakes?
Yeah, it's kind of pancakes, but it's not that much soft. It's a little crispy crepe. We used to make it of our Indian lentil and rice. We used to grind it, and it will be naturally fermented. There is no baking soda, nothing to like a pancake. It's naturally fermented, then we used to make it. It's a crepe, the thin crepe. So we have a lot of topping for that, according to that, but the basic is same.
So tell me about the batter then.
This is the batter. It's like it's made out of. We used to grind. We soak the lentils and the rice together, and it grind, and we add salt, and we used to keep it outside at minimum 5 to 6 hours to ferment it. Then only you can make the crepe. So you get a very nice taste and little sour.
So it has to go through a fermenting process.
Sure.
And how will it rise?
It's rice, because of the lentil having some of the same kind of yeast, but it's not you don't need to add any yeast in that. The lentil is still having the fermenting things in that. Some of the kind of yeast.
So
you don't need to add anything for that. You just mix it to your hand. That's it.
So after 5 or 6 hours, you have your dosa dough, I guess.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
Then we used to, when the grill is ready, it's almost, we used to heat it up into 300 Fahrenheit. Then we make the crepe. Though he's my assistant, Harry. He gonna show you how he gonna make it, the dosas. Actually, yeah, they used to make it and they keep on rolling with the ball. It goes all the way around and very thin one. So it will take 2 to 3 minutes to cook. We used to put clarified butter on the top, so it will give a lot of taste and flavor.
What is that on the top?
The butter.
And now how do you know when to turn it?
You don't need to turn this one. It's cooked by only one side. Because it's very thin, you don't need to flip it up. It's cooked by only one side.
Oh, so no flipping over here.
Yeah. You don't need to flip it up because it's a very thin crepe. So down part will be cooked in the heat and upper side will be by the steam. So when it's get dry, they put this is the stuffing for that is made out of potato. It's just a mix of potato, onions and chilies within some Indian condiments.
So maybe like an omelet.
Yeah, it's like an omelet but not without egg.
Now what is he putting on the other side over here?
That's called a different kind of toppings. It's having a lot of spices and lentils together and grinded. It's literally it's a spicy stuff. So this kind of stuff, we used to put the topping of the cheese or paneer used to call Indian cottage cheese. Otherwise, we put cheese, spinach in that, and we put only the chili. I think can you put on topping of the chili, Andhra spicy?
So this is the hot stuff right here.
This is the hot stuff. What he's gonna put it?
It looks red and it looks hot.
It's really red, no colors.
Now, is that your favorite?
Sure. Because we Indian eat a lot of spice, right?
What is that?
And he's making the cheese dosa. You can put any cheese you want. But we used to put our Indian grated cheese, Indian cottage cheese called paneer.
Is it like goat cheese or?
No, it's a regular cheese only, but it's like, it's not an aged one. It's a ready-made cheese, like you can make it within one day. It's almost the taste of ricotta.
So only a couple minutes to cook it, but like 5 to 6 hours to get the batter to get prepared. Now, how long would it take for someone to eat it?
I'll eat it in 2 minutes. It's small.
Now, is it?
Actually, in our restaurant we used to make a bigger one. It will take minimum 5 minutes to finish it out. Yeah, one. We serve a lot of sauces with this, like coconut. With coconut sauce we can serve, and we serve with tomato sauces. It's not like kind of ketchup. It's an Indian way, like chilies and tomatoes together. It's kind of Mexican salsa, but it's a fine paste.
So tell me then, how would you eat it? I assume you don't eat it with a fork.
Actually, Indian style, right? We use only our finger as a spoon and fork. You can eat with the hand only. That's the best way to eat. So we used to serve a lentil soup with this one. You can use it up as a dipping for that, and also you can get you can eat with other sauces like coconut, or we used to make with mint, cilantro. There'll be a lot and lot. But if you want to make, you can make more than 1,000 varieties of sauces. We used to call chutneys. I think you're familiar about the tamarind and mint chutneys, right? It's used to serve for the samosas in all Indian restaurants. Same kind of thing. For dosa, you can make a lot of chutneys.
Now, would you eat this for breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
This will be like for dinner and breakfast will be good. It's a really our breakfast stuff in South India. But here in America, we are serving authentically. So people eat lunch, dinner, and breakfast anytime they're ready to eat.
Well, I think my husband's probably ready to eat this. I'm sure of it.
Okay, explain to me what we've got here. So this is the dosa?
This is dosa. This is a soup. It's called sambar. And this is a chutney. It's a sauce. Okay, it's made with coconut. And this another sauce, it's made with tomato.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you could hold the mic, I'm going to go ahead and try a piece here. And what type of dosa is this?
This is called Mysore masala with cheese.
With cheese, okay. And should I just eat it plain?
Yeah, you can eat like that, or you can dip in the sauce.
It's very good.
And you can taste with this. That is called sambar. Teja, can you get a spoon?
Yeah, you know, I'm used to crepes that are more like a dessert crepe, but these are not. These are definitely
different crepes.
Yeah, very good. And what's in the soup?
It's just what do you call it? Vegetables and
It's got a little spicy flavor. Yeah, that's good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have people check out your website. Too bad they can't get the food over the website.
Thank you. Let me give you.
So tell me, what made you get into the fabric business?
Well, I have other business in Fremont next door, and the Preet Fabric, their previous owner, and he want to sell it. Then I am interested to buy because the beautiful dresses, and we have a lot of the ladies come in to the other store, so they want to buy those kind of stuff. And this is the latest design in the market. Everybody was wearing salwar kameez suits. So that's why I got the idea, why not we can just take over that store. So that's why I got the idea to buy that store.
Oh, I thought maybe because you have a wife and lots of daughters and you have to clothe them.
Oh yeah, I have big family. My all my sisters, my wife, and they all all wears. And my daughter, she go to school. Her friends, they always like Indian dresses because there used to be not many Indian stores close here. So we plan to introduce new clothes, new design. And all is like these days is a lot of like from people from India get a job here, and they don't know where to get the like fabrics and dresses. So that's why I got it, those and new designs, everything.
Now on Indian fabrics, I noticed that it's not cotton. What type of materials is actually mostly Indian clothing made from?
Well, there is a number one like summertime they wear the cottons, and winter time we have some silk. And some chiffon, and there's some mix with cotton, these days. And silk is is very good. So mostly women like silk in the for the wedding dress and when the parties dress, they like silk.
Now, in terms of the fabrics and the clothing, can you tell me the names of the type of, I know I wear like jeans and a t-shirt, right? So tell me a little bit about the certain names of these lovely dress.
Okay, well, the number one for the wedding, they wear the lehengas. They call lehenga choli. And for the parties, they wear as more like salwar kameez. And this is for the these beautiful ladies, they always wear salwar kameez. And then lehengas is a kurti, then we have kurtis, and some Indian dress, they are different one, different styles. So they love to.
So I noticed that mostly on your dress. Usually I see Indian women wearing this shawl that I would call it, but what is it actually called?
This is called dupatta. Dupatta, it makes more beautiful to look for the ladies, That's the style I like to wear like that. Yeah.
And I noticed that instead of usually I would wear a scarf in the front and it hang down, but you wear it here and it hangs down in the back.
Yeah, then we wear the jewelry, a lot of jewelry in the necklace. I didn't wear it today, but then it shows the jewelry, your necklace. That's why they wear like this. Sometimes they wear it other way too, but sometimes wear like this. But whatever they like, they wear that way. Yeah.
Now, has fashion changed with India?
Yeah, it's changed. It's changed every time. But people like whatever they like, they wear that style, whatever they like. Yeah, every 2-3 months the fashion change. Yeah.
In what way do you see changes? To me, it seems like a traditional dress, or how does it change? Like for like teenagers and
the change is like the embroidery on the cloth. It's changed, and then sometimes the girls they like the chudidar. Sometimes they like salwar. Some they like lehenga. Like that, so embroidery change on the cloth. They make different. Sometimes they make silver embroidery, the golden embroidery, and stonework like that. It's changed, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so, what do you like about shopping for fabrics?
For fabric, for my wife, or yeah, she like a silk dress, like that kind of suits. She like that, and that's kind of you can wear. For any parties, when you go to mostly like in the church or temple, they have to wear the suits. That's why they wear the suits.
Now, in Indian dress, do they dress like from different regions? Would you see a different type of dress?
Yes, they do. Okay, mostly like when you go to in Punjab state, they are wearing more suits, and when you go to like in East India and like you can say like other side, they mostly wear sarees. There's also the fashion. Number 1 is suits. Number 2, sarees. Have you seen the sarees? They wear a lot of.
No, you're saying these names. I need a visual. Tell me, do you have any displays so you can tell me what this actually means?
Okay, the sarees like this is around 6-yard fabric. They just kept around and the ladies on the beautiful. They are some is ready-made sarees. Some they have to be wrap around. Then the dupatta then comes on the side on the head. So that says called sarees. And suits like that, is ready-made, Yeah. So maybe I can show some ladies wear the sarees, but nobody around here. That's way I can, I can show you. Yeah. See the one. Maybe you can turn around the camera. The ladies wear that. See that that's called sarees. Yeah.
So of course I can't be at a clothing store without actually trying on some beautiful clothing. But first of all, I have to know what the name of this is.
Okay, this is called kurtis. This is you can wear like a summertime, and this one match with all jeans or pants, anything. You can wear this one with anything. Hello there. This is a new style. This is called beads, and this is just the latest design come in the market. So we just started like 2 weeks ago.
And this comes from Bombay.
Yeah, it's come from Bombay. It's Bombay style.
It's beautiful. Now, would I don't think I would have my teenager wearing that to school. Where would they wear this?
Yeah, they can wear in the parties. Then they can not in the school, but they can wear in the parties. And this one is all handmade also. Yeah, this is a suit, new style, and this is like a suit we call with the salwar kameez. Yeah, see, it's beautiful. This is all handmade. And this is a new design with the beads, and they just came in like a month ago. This is a new style.
Now I found another beautiful coatee to wear, but of course it's lacking some beautiful Indian jewelry. So tell me, what could I shop for?
Oh, we have a lot of jewelry here, the necklace and the earring together, and the bangles, bangle sets, and then on the necks we have latest jewelry on the necklace on the neck, and then here we have some hair bands. When you put you braid your hair, you can put on your hair this one, so it makes more beautiful to all the ladies. And
what's a benga?
Bangle, yeah, these are the bangles. So we wear them with the matching dress. We wear the bangles with the dress, matching bangles. Some are like hanging bangles. They are hanging with the beads and the things. It look nice. So that's all the ladies, they like to wear matching bangles with their dress. Like here, the hanging, they like the making the noise, chun 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 chun. Some ladies, they like that, so they wear like that. So See, this one like it matching to my dress and your dress too. So
Wait a minute, I want it. No.
okay, you take it.
I think I found a winner. Yes. Very beautiful, very sparkly. Now, I found a lot of beautiful jewelry here as well as clothing. Now, tell me, what if somebody else wanted to shop like I did until I dropped this afternoon? Where would they find you?
Oh, and we are in Fremont, 5156 Mowbray Avenue. My telephone number is 510-797-7111. And we are in Fremont, California.
I recommend you going there and seeing his lovely wife and his beautiful sister. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
This is really a huge festival. What is involved in the cultural program? What is presented as part of that?
We try our best, actually we really try our best to bring to you the culture, the rich cultural heritage and diversity of India.
Now, for people who aren't from India, I mean, you're here in a large population, and you have a lot of people from India. Do you try to balance it so that it's something that's more palatable or something more familiar to Westerners?
Actually, we have not modified as such because we try to bring to you the most authentic dance forms of India, and we have not modified in the sense people have adopted us. That's what I would love to say. People have really loved, and people still love the different folk parts and the dance parts of India, and they're always integral part of all our dances. I see them in a lot of Bhangra programs and Garba programs. It's amazing to be being part of integral mainstream America.
Now, India is such a huge country, especially compared to the United States. And there must be a lot of different variations in the culture. How do you represent that in just a 2-day festival?
2 days, as you said, is not enough, but we try to give the best glimpses of all the different states and of all the different art forms of India.
What would be something that would be the most unusual compared to maybe what we're used to in Western dance and such, compared with Indian dance?
We have classical dance form of India, and it is not one form. Each state has adopted its own classical style, which is very unique and very amazing of its own state.
How many different performers do you have here?
The first day, we had almost 500 plus performers competing against each other in 50 different various groups, and it is the most prestigious dance competition that FIA has been conducting for the last 15 years, and we have 100 plus performers performing today.
And what type of a competition is there?
It is purely dance competition involving classical, folk and film dances of India.
And who's involved with the judging, and how do people find out the results?
Different dignitaries and different dance directors and singers and people who are heavily involved in the cultural part of the Indian music and dance system are the judges.
How wide of an area do the performers come from, and how about your audience? How far do people travel to come to the festival?
As far as from Vallejo, Los Angeles, if that should say something, all the way from the next door neighborhood, Fremont, all the way up to LA. We are performers and performing from the age of 3, and there's no upper limit.
And how's the festival changed over the years? Has it really grown, or have things changed as far as the performances?
Festival has grown a lot bigger and a lot better, and which is nice because it's gotten so bigger. As I said, the performers travel sometimes as far as from LA and New York sometimes too, and the number of performers have grown. As I said, we used to have only teenagers perform before. The curiosity and enthusiasm crept into even the little tots, and I can see, as I said, 3-year-olds started performing. It's amazing to watch them, and that's quite an accomplishment.
Thank you very much.
So this weekend must be just a wonderful weekend for you. Tell me a little bit about your participation in the festival.
I'm one of the active volunteers in the festival, but what we do is primarily host the cultural show. And the main show is being coordinated by Vijaya Asuri, as you know, the cultural show. And the effort behind the whole work is Dr. Japra, Ramesh Japra. And we do this event. We've been doing it for the past 15 years, and this is the 15th festival of India in city of Fremont. And we typically have about floating population of about 60 to 70,000 people every year, depending on the Grand Marshal. And this year's Grand Marshal is Amrita Rao, who happens to be a recent fame of the popular Indian movie called Vivah.
So tell me some of the performers on the stage. Who did you have out here?
Well, we have a lot of artists from different groups, and primarily most of them are local artists, and that we have a lot of talent in the Bay Area that we bring onto the stage. Yesterday was a full day of events where we had a lot of dance competitions, where we have a lot of participants from the whole Bay Area who come in and contest in the event. We had almost as many as 350 participants in the contest, and we actually announced the prizes last night. And we also introduced, FIA also introduced the concept of Desi Idol, and which is like kind of a similar, on the similar lines of American Idol. and they present a lot of singers. And we have a finals that is going to be on stage today, this afternoon. And today what we have here is the second day of the parade, and we have actually every single one of us is at the parade, but I'm just hosting the show right now. Here what we have is a popular band, which is a upcoming band from San Jose State University called Moksha, and they're the ones who are getting all this response. And then in the afternoon we have the Grand Marshal coming in right from the parade. We have a lot of floats decorated very well, beautifully colored and beautifully decorated. And all these floats go around for about 1 hour and a half. And the floats will be led by our Grand Marshal, Dr. Amrita Rao. And then she would be one of the judges, and then she actually evaluates all the floats. And then she comes back to the stage and gives out the prizes. And then we'll have the rest of the cultural program, some part of the cultural program that's present at the Bay Area Telugu Association, volunteers, and we have as a part of FIA, it's completely based on volunteer work, and a lot of us are volunteers for FIA, and we do the stage show here.
So most of the volunteerism here must mean that you really believe in the cultural experience of India and being able to share that with others.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of, as you probably know, Fremont has a lot of Indian community, and Festival of India is held in the city of Fremont, but you would see, if you ask people around, you'll see people coming all over the Bay Area up to Sacramento. And all the Indians will participate in this event, and it's one of the biggest day for us because it's Independence Day for the India. So we do celebrate that as a big way, and this is a token of appreciation for the same. And we do this every single year, and all the volunteers come from all over the place. They participate in the event. It's a mega event for us and for the city of Fremont.
So I noticed there's food here, there's booths, there's going to be a parade, but the cultural experience program. Now, what do you think that's important to be a part of this festival?
It's really important for all the cultural experience because just like me, there are a lot of other second-generation Indian kids who are grown up in the mainstream American life, and what we try to do is this is our way of exposing them to the culture and learning through the culture and then preserving the culture too. Because some of the practices, it keeps us together, and some of the practices that we do is common between all the Indian community, and we try to keep it as, you probably are aware, India is very rich with culture, and we try to keep it as much as we can.
So you want to really talk about the tradition of India, but also bring in some more modern influence as well?
Absolutely. It's kind of, this event is not just to expose the culture, but it's about building relations. I mean, we are supported in a great way by the city of Fremont, the mayors and the senators. We have a lot. I mean, we will not be able to deal with an event like this without this local support. And this is just to show the world that the community is well respected, and we are a part of the community here. And we do a lot of volunteer work locally here in the Bay Area. So we are part of the mainstream life here, yet we have cultural experience that we want to share. So it's a lot of coordination effort. I wouldn't call this a completely Indian event. It's a Festival of India, but celebrated by all of us here in the Bay Area.
Excellent, very well said. Thank you for talking to us this afternoon.
Thank you.
This is the 15th year of the festival. How has it changed over the years?
Well, Rich, it's a change in a big way. You know, when we did it, it was only about 5,000 people. We really didn't know which way we were going, and we lost about $70,000, which I had to personally underwrite it. And now we have reached a stage where almost 100,000 people come, and we have a lot of sponsors, a lot of people participate, and it's a pleasure to do it now.
That's great. I know there were competing festivals in the past. I understand this is the first year where basically it's all together. I mean, has it changed that way too?
Well, like I said, we have a lot of volunteers. We have about 300 volunteers who give their time, effort, energy, resources. So it's been, from that point of view, we don't have to pay anybody to do this, except some of the extra costs which come with it, putting up these tents and with the city and those kind of expenses. So I think we've been doing pretty good over the last few years.
Now, has the population of people from India grown in the area over the years? Is it something that primarily people from India come here? Do you get a lot of people that are basically native people that were born and raised here that come to the festival too?
Well, absolutely. Indian Americans, of course, have grown in a big way, especially with the IT boom in the late 90s. There was a big influx of immigrants from India. So that has happened. Of course, the next generation, our children and grandchildren, they've started growing up, over the last 50 years. So that generation is adding up to our community as well. But the purpose of this festival has been to not only have our children and grandchildren or the next generation enjoy and see what our culture is, what our traditions are, and what our heritage is, but also to showcase the mainstream Americans, Chinese American, Hispanic Americans, and all these other ethnic groups share, some of these the best parts of our culture, so that they can all feel comfortable with us and we can feel comfortable with them.
Now, you did mention that, the dot-com boom and the IT boom and such, and as that fell off, did people who came here, immigrated here, did they stay here? Did some people go back? I mean, how has that affected the population from people from India?
Well, that did for, when there was a boom, of course, they came in when there was a dot-com bust in early 2001 and 2002. Some of them did go back, but it was not really a huge number. And of course, India is thriving right now. It's become one of the major forces. As a matter of fact, a lot more jobs available over there as well. So a lot of people have gone back, but still, America is a great country. A lot of opportunities still here. People keep coming. A lot of students still come. A lot of other businesses are coming. So I think it's been pretty even right now.
Now, if you were coming to the festival for the first time and you weren't familiar with Indian culture, what would you recommend that people try to see while they're here?
Well, we have 2 days of Mela, we call it, in the festival. We have about 150 booths, and a lot of them are food booths. So those who are afraid that, they've never eaten Indian food, or it's too spicy, or it looks too different, I think we have where they have mild or medium or really hot, spicy. So according to their taste, they can try it out, different things in small amounts, and go around, and you don't have to sit in one place, one restaurant, and hope that you like it. Here you can go around and pick and choose. Same way you can see with the clothings and jewelry and arts and crafts. You don't have to buy anything. You can just go around, watch it. And of course we have a cultural program which is going on almost round the clock right here on the stage. So they can watch exactly what kind of dances and what kind of outfits our people wear, the traditional outfits, the folk songs and classical songs and some of the filmy songs. So we have it all in one place. And then of course we have the parade where we showcase through our floats, different states, different languages and different ways of living, and it's all depicted in those floats.
I know, since we're fortunate enough to live in an area where there's a lot of Indian restaurants and such too, how varied is the food? Because I know a lot of people will see vegetarian restaurants, and yet there's a lot of meat here too. What is the variety?
Well, we have it all here. The lot of vegetarian foods are here. Of course, almost half of India is vegetarian, and so they love a lot of these vegetables, lentils, and made in different way, cooked in different spices. The variety comes from, hundreds of different spices which can change the flavor. So it's not just one flavor. And the meats-wise, I also, short of beef, most of the people don't eat beef, but everything else, chicken, lamb, goat meat, all these meats are available, especially in tandoori chicken, we call it, or like a tandoori way of cooking in the clay oven. So they'll barbecue it in the clay oven, which gives a different flavor. So if somebody hasn't tried that, because our restaurant people do bring those clay ovens right here in the Mela, in the festival, and cook it right in front of you. So it's a great flavor, and they should try that.
I notice a lot of the vendors here, of course, are tied into keeping in touch with, I guess, relatives back in India and such. Do you think there's been a change over the years because of things like the internet and phones and such, where people don't have to travel back as often? I know we have some neighbors, it seems like they travel back to see family every year, but has that changed?
Not really. Of course, the communication is more, like you said, through the internet and the telephone. You can just pick up and talk and do a lot of the things, mainly maybe business-wise. But when it comes down to families, actually that increases. If there's a more communication, you're probably going to end up going more and meeting each other more, whether they're weddings or the birthdays or anniversaries or anything. People want to meet each other. The families need to get together. So that thing you just can't do it on the internet anymore. I'm sure, business-wise, you may be right. They don't have to travel as much. But from a family's point of view, family unions or reunions or celebrating together, or if somebody dies, if you have to go, I think the communication has made that even more. So I don't think the airlines are hurting anymore. I mean, they're doing much better.
I know there's a lot of airlines represented here today. What do you see for the future of the festival? I mean, you say it's grown quite a bit in 15 years. What do you see it doing in the next few years?
Yeah, well, I hope that it keeps growing. I mean, like you said, the population keeps growing, and of course the local population here, they keep contributing and they keep participating more and more. It's, as a matter of fact, in the city of Fremont, next to the Art and Wine Festival, this is the largest. As a matter of whole Northern California, as a matter of whole West Coast, ours is the largest festival of India, which we've had. So just like Chinese Day Parade or Mardi Gras or many of the other traditions, I'm hoping they'll continue whether I'm there or not. At least the children, grandchildren will continue this tradition, and more people will participate and grow bigger and better.
And how can people find out more about future festivals?
Well, we have a website, www.fiaonline.org, so they can visit it. We have a lot of other ongoing functions whenever the dignitaries come or some of the superstars are visiting, so we have functions together. We do have some programs for the seniors, for women, for children, even some domestic violence program. We have, we call it ASRA. We have a shelter for them. So there's some ongoing programs which our organization does. So they can participate through that, and then of course once a year this big event leads up to that. We meet every Wednesday, rain or shine, so they can come and volunteer their time and effort and their resources.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Rick.
So sister, tell me about your yoga and meditation.
Sure. This is the yoga of mind. And we teach how to meditate. It's a scientific technique. Once you learn, then you can do every day at your home. It gives a peace of mind and so much relaxations.
So tell me, how long have you been practicing?
Since my childhood. When I was 2.5 years old, my parents, they took this knowledge and they were practicing, and I also started from my childhood.
So now, is this a technique that you've developed scientifically?
No. It's a big organizations, worldwide organization. We have centers in hundreds countries, and we are trained by Mount Abu, which is international headquarters. So we have training from there.
So if somebody wanted to find out more about the methods and techniques that's used, what would they do?
We teach self-realization. Who am I? Why I am here? From where I have come? So that teachings we teach here.
And so what have you found about yourself through this process?
Sorry, I didn't get your questions.
What have you found about yourself and your self-discovery through this process?
Yeah, I knew here what I am. What from the head to the toes, what I see in the mirror, I learned I am not that. I am a point of light, and which is eternal, immortal. And before adopting this body, I was. And after leaving this body, I will be. That thing I learned here. And it gives me so much enlightenment. And I'm so happy knowing what I am, who I am.
And how does that make your everyday life different, knowing this self-knowledge?
Sure. Once I have self-realization, then I knew who is God, who is the supreme power. And then in meditation, we teach how to have a connection with that supreme power. So I draw a spiritual strength from supreme power, and which helps me a lot. Because with this communication with God, I absorb the power. And so day-to-day life, it helps us.
So when you practice your techniques, how long in terms of time would one need to devote to this?
Actually, at first, you have to learn this technique. It's a very short course, 2 days, each day 1 hour. So we give introduction in that, and then you can, the more you practice, the more concentration you will develop.
Excellent, excellent. So now at your center, Where would they go to find out more information?
Yeah, we have a center in Milpitas. Actually, in Northern California, we have 3 centers. One is in Milpitas, one is in Sacramento, and one is in San Francisco. So there are permanent centers. You can come over there and learn how to meditate.
So this will be a place that people can go and learn how to meditate. So it's not necessarily a temple or a church.
It's like a church. So we teach there, and those who have learned, they can come there every day and practice.
Yes. Excellent. Now, how does music help with meditation and through this process?
Actually, it's a soothing instrumental music. So when we play that CDs, then we feel good. It helps us to go with mind. We can fly up above. We can remain beyond from this world. So music helps us. And we have many commentaries, guided meditation commentaries that also help in meditation. I can show you the CDs.
Well, thank you so much for sharing with me your knowledge this afternoon. Thank you. Thank you.
Joni, you always leave these festivals with something interesting. I can't wait to see you wearing that blouse you found.
I really appreciate its beauty, and I really appreciate the owner of Preet Fabrics for giving it to me.
Of course, I always appreciate the great food I get to eat. And the dose I tried today is being added to my list of foods I like.
Is there any food not on the list?
Believe it or not, there are a few.
One thing that makes America so great is that we have so many people from different cultures living and working together. And festivals like this one gives us a chance to learn about and appreciate our neighbors.
So when you learn about a festival near you that celebrates a culture you don't know much about, we hope you'll take a chance and attend it. We're sure it'll be worth your time. I'm Rich.
And I'm Joni.
We're always looking for fun.
And we hope we brought you some.
Because we're the Fun Addicts.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. For more information, please visit our website, funaddicts.tv.